Hello everyone, hope you are all doing fine. So today I'm doing a video after quite some time and I thought it'll be an interesting video, especially because I have just recently cleared the Microsoft Power Platform Fundamentals PL900 certification. Yeah, so I thought I will quickly make a video on helping all the aspiring folks to be able to prepare and hopefully crack the certification. Okay, so as most of you would be aware, Microsoft Power Platform consists of these four components, and the certification will have the questions based around these four components primarily, which will be Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, and then the sub-components that you can see at the bottom, which is the connectors, AI Builder, of course, and the Dataverse, which was previously known as Common Data Service. Okay, and then there could be some other questions around Dynamics 365 fundamentals, something around Azure, very very basic stuff. Okay, I'm not saying that there are going to be very complicated questions outside the main territory, but yeah, you need to be well read and well prepared for the exam, which I will just explain you in a bit. Okay, the exact steps that I followed. Okay, the first things first is you register for the online virtual training for Power Platform Fundamentals. And this is the link that you see. I will post it in the description as well. So you can pick it up from there and go to this link and register yourself for one of the upcoming online virtual trainings for the Power Platform Fundamentals. I'll just take you there. So this is the link. Okay. And if you scroll down here, you can see there are some training programs on Azure fundamentals. And then if you scroll further, you have this area called as business applications, right? So business applications will have Dynamics 365 training. And then as you can see here, it also has the Microsoft Power Platform virtual training day fundamentals. Okay, so this is the training that you need to register for. Okay, and you have this link here to register, and you have the date and time slots here. And you also have another time slot here, as you can see. Okay, so you can choose whatever suits you. I am from India, so these are pretty late in India. They start at around, I think, 11:30 p.m. in the night, and the training is about 2 to 3 hours. Okay, but it's a nice training, and if you are starting with the Power Platform or you have recently started with the Power Platform, this is a good training to start with. Okay, once you register here and you complete the training, and why you should take this is basically because you will get some discount coupons after you finish this online uh, training program. Okay, and that's what I am saying here, that after the completion of the above training, you will get the coupon codes for the exam discount in your registered mailbox in a couple of days. So make sure you have your email box being checked if you're doing it through your personal email ID on a regular basis, so that you don't miss out on the email. Okay, so with these two steps completed, you are now kind of set. Okay, now for the actual preparation. So what you need to do is visit this link again, which is which has the certification details and the requirements. So I'll just show you what that link is, and this is the link. Okay, and as you can see here, I would like to draw your attention to this text in red, which says that the content of this exam will be updated on March 10, and today is March 11th. So the exam content would have been updated. And I just took the exam last week, so I was on the old content. But so you would want to go through the new content and the new, marking scheme and so on, right? So everything will be there on this same page that you see. Okay, so as you can see here, you can schedule the exam here and you have multiple options. I had done it with Pearson VUE because I am not a student, right? But there are a few other options. Then you have the details of what the skills are being measured, and you have the Power Platform, business value of Power Platform, core components, the Power BI, Power Apps, Automate, virtual agents, and so on. And you should download this exam skills outline guide so you get a detailed understanding of how the certification exam would be. Fantastic. Then after this, what you need to do is you have two ways to prepare. One is the online free and the other is instructor led paid. Okay, so you can choose whatever suits you. If you have some money to shell out, you can take the instructor led paid program, but I went on with the online free stuff here. Okay, so that's what you've done. for point number three, you have checked the certification details and requirements. Then you go through the entire learning path and its modules. Again, this link, I am posting all these links in the description, so don't worry. But just so that you know, so this is the link that you will have. If you click on this as the learning path, you will get different modules. So as you can see here, introduction to the Power Platform, introduction to Dataverse, introduction to Power Apps, Canvas apps, model-driven apps, portals, Power Automate, and it's quite a comprehensive learning path. And I really recommend you go through all of this so you get a good sound understanding of the entire fundamentals and all the modules. And there are some mini quizzes as you take these modules to test your knowledge on, and those questions are very important also. So it's a very good learning path and very comprehensive enough. So make sure you actually complete this. All right. Then, if you're just starting with the Power Platform, I would also highly recommend that you go through this wonderful free course on Udacity. And this course has been designed and deployed by the Microsoft team themselves. Okay, and it's a very fantastic course, and it takes you through a good hands-on journey right from the absolute basics of Power Apps to get you to build an app, and then to get some Power Automate automations within the app, then to also include some features of AI Builder. So it's that beautiful. Okay, so if you are really starting out with the Power Platform, I think this should be your number one place to start with without being too overwhelmed. There are quite a lot of good YouTube channels, quite a lot of good YouTube videos and YouTube instructors, some real good Microsoft MVPs who are doing some good trainings on it. But I think, if you want to not be overwhelmed with the amount of topics that are there freely available, I think this should be a fantastic starting point for you. And I'll just take you to that link here. So this is where you see it. So you have this site called Udacity, and then you start your free course. And then it is, as I mentioned, it has been conducted by the Microsoft official team of the four folks that you see: Donna Sarkar, Greg Hurlman, Gomolimo, sorry, I'm not able to pronounce the name correctly, and Joe Camp, right? So a fantastic course, start to end, without distractions, is what you should definitely do. Okay, and then once you're done with these five steps, not necessarily in the same order, you can choose whatever you want to start with. Maybe, if you are completely new to Power Platform, I would recommend you start with, number five directly. Okay, and then go through the rest of the things. Even that is fine. Or if you are an experienced Power Platform developer, now I also have some good amount of hands-on experience on Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents. Um, in terms of building certain apps and certain automations and chatbots. But even then, I thought, the certification needs dedicated preparation. Okay, let me repeat that. However great or good hands-on experience you are on these technologies, you may still need to prepare specifically on the theoretical aspects of it. Okay, so don't be overconfident that, okay, I am a Power Apps hands-on developer guru or whatever. I've built a ton of apps and I'll be able to crack the exam very easily. Then I'm sorry, you will be surprised badly then. Okay, fantastic. And the last point here is feel free to Google for additional learning material and prepare. The more you read, the better it is. Take some good time to prepare yourself for the certification. A good 1 week or 2 weeks. Go slow. Maybe a daily reading or learning of 2 hours should be good enough. And that's what, in fact, I did slowly. Okay. And then, yeah, one thing I would like to mention is feel free to, look out for some good courses on Udemy as well. Okay. So everything, the more you learn, the more you read, the more you do hands-on also, the more confident you will be. Okay. But these 6 points would be, able to get you prepared nicely for the certification. Now, once you're confident and prepared, go ahead and schedule your exam with the mode of your choice. Okay, so you can choose an offline mode wherein you actually choose to go to one of the centers. I think that may not be applicable due to the current pandemic. So I had taken a Pearson VUE online proctored examination. Okay, and you will get those emails from Microsoft team to be able to register yourself for the exam using the discount coupons. So just follow those instructions in those emails, and you are good to go. Now, some tips for the exam day. Very important. Plan for the exam space and room. Okay. This is very important. You need to have a clutter-free space. Okay, look for a very small space inside your house. Okay, wherein you have no distractions on the exam day. Okay, and that room has to be really clean and clutter-free. Then test your internet connectivity from the exam space. So let's say you have chosen your study room or your bedroom or even your living room for that matter. I had taken the exam from the living room because I felt, that was the best uh, room for me in terms of the internet connectivity and the silence that I needed there, right? So test your internet connectivity from the exam space. And when I say test your internet connectivity, make sure you also have your backup internets. So if you have a wired broadband as your main internet, you also should have a Wi-Fi dongle router or maybe even your mobile hotspot as a backup, and make sure you test all of those well in advance. So I tested that for about 2 or 3 days, okay, just trying to hit it from there at the um, exam schedule time. So for example, I had my exam scheduled for 11 p.m. in the night, if I remember correctly. And so what I did is I used to test the internet connectivity um, every day, 2 days prior to the exam, at the same time from 10 p.m. to about 12:30 to 1 p.m. just to make sure that that time is good enough for the internet to be stable. Okay, it's just the probability again. There's no guarantee, but yeah, that is a good thing to do. And on the exam day also, you should make sure that you test your internet connectivity for all your backup internet devices as well as the main device, right from the evening through the night. Yeah. Great. Then ensure that your laptop and the mobile phone is charged 100% before you take the exam. Now, in a country like India or the place or the city where I live, we have some frequent power cuts, and sometimes they are unplanned for long hours. So we need to be prepared. So make sure your laptop is all hooked up and charged and all juiced up to avoid any failures during the exam. Mobile phone is required initially for the pre-checks with the proctor during the exam, just before the start of the exam. So make sure you have your mobile phone with you when you are just starting up. Clean up your desk space, and there should be no gadgets, no extra monitors, no wires hanging here and there, no extra PCs or laptops, no additional mobile phones, tablets, books, writing pads, nothing. It should be completely clutter-free. Just have your desk and your laptop on it, and your laptop charger and your mobile phone. That's it on the desk. The mobile phone also only is required for the pre-checks before the exam starts. After that, you are requested and instructed to keep the mobile phone away from yourself. Okay. Ensure a very well lit space and a quiet space. Okay. And then instruct all the members of the house to not disturb you or call you during the exam time. Okay. Very important, because you might get disqualified if you breach any of these things. Okay. So a well lit space is required, because they will the proctor will ask you to click some pictures on your mobile phone of yourself, of your desk space, okay, from your mobile phone. So your entire exam space has to be well lit and well illuminated. Okay. Also make sure, there's one point I've not mentioned here, is that your identity, okay, the ID proof. So make sure your ID has one of your recent photographs on it. So maybe if you have a PAN card which is very old and you have some old picture on it, try avoiding to use that. Use your Aadhaar card if you're in India, which you have done recently, or you can use even your passport if you have done it recently, and as your ID proofs. Okay, because ultimately you would be asked to click pictures of those ID proofs or from your mobile phones and upload it to the Pearson View portal. The link for which you will get on your mobile phone anyway. Okay, so no distractions. Then log into the exam 30 minutes before the start to have all the pre-checks completed with the proctor. Very important again. Okay, make sure you have a good dinner. I mean that because I took up the exam in the night because I feel that was the best time for me with no distractions. So I ensured that me and my family members had dinner much before the exam, and I had requested them to get into their own rooms so that I am left alone in the living room to take up the exam. Okay, then just before 30 minutes to the exam, you should log in to the link that you would have got on your email, and the proctor will join you. He or she will connect you via chat and also call you over the laptop. And then your webcam will start on the laptop. Yeah, that is also one very important prerequisite. Your laptop should have a good webcam. Okay, because every time during the exam, every single minute, you will be live on the webcam and your proctor will be able to see you, but you will not be able to see your proctor. Okay, so the proctor will call you up, ask you to, do the formalities of clicking the pictures, uploading them, showing the desk space, and then give a go ahead and tell you that, okay, now you can go ahead and start your exam. Okay, once you start your exam, you have those 60 minutes to solve about 38 to 40 questions. And it's a very self-explanatory exam. Okay, I mean, the instructions on the screen are very clear, so make sure you read through those and rock the exam. After you finish the exam, you will get this course immediately, followed by the certificate in a few minutes if you clear the exam. And yeah, as you progress through the questions during the exam, you will have an option to mark your question for review also. So you can always go back to the questions that you have marked before you actually click the submit button. So don't worry, it's a good exam. It's a very nicely managed exam by Pearson View as well. And I had a very hassle-free and a great experience. And then after you clear the exam, last thing that you should do, and not the least, is celebrate. Yeah, and you'll get your certification, something like this, okay, which is a Microsoft Certified Power Platform Fundamental Certificate, and you'll have a certification number at the bottom, which I have not displayed here intentionally. And that's it for the exam preparation. Rock on and wish you all the best. If you have any questions, any doubts, feel free to leave your questions in the comments box, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. Thank you.